Welcome back to the Weber Cup. It's a point-a-game Ryder Cup style, and with that little smudge of blue on the board at the top of the afternoon session, it means that it is Europe 4, USA 4. It's a mixture of singles and doubles matches in this afternoon session. So let's get ready for Barrett, Svensson, Tackett and Troup, and head over to your commentators, Edwards and Horling.
Thank you very much indeed, Tony. Yes, doubles, which is an interesting format in the sense that if one of the partnership is struggling, it really hamstrings the other one. But both Barrett and Tackett have just played on this lane in singles competition, and they've both brought up their high roller from last night. Kyle Troup for the Americans, who was bowling plus 270, and Jesper Svensson, who was bowling plus 280 last night. And Barrett will want to strike just to get Svensson with an opportunity to bowl at a full rack of pins. He's not going to want him bowling at just one or two here and there.
Yes, Nick, it's called Scotch doubles, and you've noticed that Dom didn't get a strike, so Jesper has to make the spare that Dom has left.
Which he does.
And a late spare is worth 18.
Glad I got that game practice.
Huh?
I'm glad I got that game practice.
It's okay.
The game pretty dry where I am.
At least it was kind of an easy spare. Appreciate it.
Well, as you can hear, they're chatting away already. It's Nick Horling and I can take the rest of the afternoon off.
A rather fortuitous strike, but after Tackett's struggles last time up, he'll be happy.
Yeah, much better shot, and good for his confidence.
Last shot in practice at 2 pin, so I just hooked it more. All right. After that, I can probably move one.
We're talking about the adjustments that they need to make, the Americans, as Barrett will look to try and get his first strike.
Go, mate.
All right.
Very nice.
Still didn't really get that right.
Interesting catch. He said he didn't really get that right, and he was a little bit high there, wasn't he?
Great result at the end, 10 pins. And of course now Svensson will be the one up to shoot the first ball. Having Dom Barrett strike, Svensson then takes over.
And Troup just missing.
Yeah, he's playing a much wider line. Threw it way out to the right-hand side, where most of the other guys, except Svensson, playing straighter down the lane on this oil pattern. You can see how wide that's gone. It's come back with the rotation, but it hasn't hit the headpin properly. There's the 2 and the 4.
And Tackett making the spare ball do a lot of work. Let's see if they'll talk about more adjustments.
Yeah. A little right, too. Yeah. Like, maybe a hair. If it was slow, it probably got there. If it was slower, it might have got there.
Yeah.
It just shows that they are not masters of this lane condition yet, the Americans. And a chance to see now what Jesper Svensson can do with a full rack of pins. He leaves a 7 standing.
Well, it was a great looking shot, wasn't it? Right in the 1-2 pocket for the left hand. That leaves the ringing 7 pin. Look at the oil on that ball, the track of oil that you can see around the circumference. And that's what the ball is doing. It's picking that oil up on the way down before it breaks up to the head pin in the last 20 feet. Simple spare for Barrett.
Right. Okay.
To be honest, I'm just glad that one hit the pocket. It was way right.
Yeah, I mean, it was good a shot.
Yeah, but it was way right.
Yeah.
Get some more.
So the Americans with a very, very slight advantage here. And let's see if Troup needs to make 1 or 2 little adjustments. Well, there wasn't much wrong with the pocket hit. He just didn't get the luck at the back end. Yeah, nothing wrong with the shot.
Well, he even had a few pins flying across towards that left-hand corner, towards the 7 pin, but nothing actually made contact. Just a little bit tighter down the lane, not quite so wide. Trips the 10 pin, leaves the 7 pin.
doesn't do it the easy route. A lot of spares are done with a pretty straight ball, but it's job done.
Yeah, very much a scenic route he was taking there.
You do not want me shooting straight at 7 pins. I know. And there's plenty of hooks, so no worries about that.
I think he's just talking about that himself.
Yeah, little trade secrets going on there.
Spares? I just want to watch you shoot spares.
Well, we're enjoying watching him shoot spares. Voyage into the unknown. Right, we are dead level here after 3. Oh, look at this. These corner pins have been glued in place this afternoon.
Isn't it funny? Every time Jesper Svensson hit the pocket yesterday, he got a strike. Today he's hit in the pocket almost similarly, although a fraction right, leaves the 7-pin yet again. So, as Dom might say, it's another fine mess you've let me in for. Hold on. Nice and straight and hard. Takes the square away for another 19 pins.
I think all these players are going to be a bit concerned that they're not getting the strikes.
Yeah, that was actually a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Just got to watch that rack as well. On your side. The rack looked worse on that last shot.
Well, that's kind of interesting. Dom's just saying that the pins that set down in the triangle weren't quite on spot, he noticed on the left-hand side. Something to keep an eye out for Svensson to keep an eye on.
Troup won't want to just... He hasn't.
Yeah, much better looking shot. Didn't use the full width of the lane. Buried it in the 1-3 pocket, carried all 10. And there goes the lead. Team USA are now in the lead.
Remember Kevin Hart's skit?
So much for all the technical talk. Now, can he kick out these corner pins this time? Yes, he can.
Yeah, great looking shot. Carries all 10, and that means that Dom will be up to shoot the first ball next time. This is what we're used to seeing from Jesper Svensson. These pins just smashed to the back of the deck.
More.
Yeah, saw that. Right.
Unplayable last night, wasn't he? 289. Oh, and he's just wandered off his line again there, Tackett. That's shades of his singles match.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there. Across the head pin to the left-hand side, it leaves the 3-pin standing, but he is way left on the approach and very deep inside. Certainly not a pocket hit, but fortunate just to leave the 1.
It was closer to a Brooklyn hit. And it's cleaned up by Troup, but we're level pegging once again.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Yep, scores all level.
Mine hooked a little.
Yeah. You also sat 4 frames.
I thought they were talking about what was on the TV last night.
Go a couple left and hit it hard.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Barrett can do here, because this one is very nicely balanced indeed. We're at halfway. There is not a pin between them. 116 on the board and a maximum possible of 266 each. So who can get the strikes together now to really push on? That's not going to do it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Dom and Jesper were working on a strike. Dom was obviously looking for the double there. Came high through the head pin. Hard and fast. Great reaction in the back end, but leaves the 3 and the 6 standing. That'll be a straightforward spare for the left-hander coming across the lane from left to right.
It's all right.
I think I've got room left. Just got to trust it there. I'm still not getting it right, but there's a lot of hook. There's a lot of hook going there. Yeah.
Both players talking about the amount of back end they're getting, the amount of hook they're getting in the last 20 feet.
Now let's see what Tackett does after missing the pocket last time up.
Well, it's a ball change for the start.
Yeah, well, and it's a ball he may stick with for the rest of this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, the man with all the revs really snapped this one up. Look how much that ball is rotating and hooking. It's light in the pocket, but it sets up a chain reaction, and the 7th pin goes at last. That's what he was looking for. And Team USA take the lead again. It's 6 frames down. And the Team Europe are 12 pins adrift.
This really needs to be a strike, doesn't it? Barrett's back online there. Well, having let the last one slip away, right back in the pocket.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, Don was talking about a bit of extra room on the right-hand side, and he certainly gave it on this shot. Gets way outside that down lane marker, but it comes roaring back. There's a perfect pocket hit.
Well, let's see what Troup can do. I forget we see both the two-handed players going head-to-head. Once this match has finished, it was 289-267 when they met each other last night in favour of Svensson, and just look at that, ripping the rack.
Yes, 2 in a row, and keeps that 12-pin lead with a strike from Troup. Great looking shot. Ball turns left as it gets near the head pin.
Yeah.
Wound up on that one too. I was like, fall down.
Yeah.
We're good.
So he'll be hoping that EJ Tackett can double up himself and make 3 strikes in a row on the next frame.
Well, we're in a situation where nothing less than a strike will do now for Europe.
Well, they've got to make 12 pins back somewhere, and if Team USA won't let them, it's going to be a point for the USA.
Time running out. That was frame 8, and that was the strike they needed.
Yeah, it's only the 4th strike in 8 frames. But Team Europe rolled. It's another great looking shot from Jesper Svensson, using the slightly harder urethane bowling ball, which gives it a little bit of extra length before it snaps back.
So the Europeans with a double, and it's the Americans working a double now. Guess what? He's keeping the ball that brought him a strike last time up. Oh no! He's lucky to get away with that. He's all over the place today, Tackett.
Yeah, his accuracy and his speed is not quite consistent. You can see where he's starting so left-hand side of that lane. The ball just didn't get out to the right. Lucky to leave just the 5-pin, and because he's crossed the head pitch, the Brooklyn, which is a bit unusual for him. Troup cleans up for a 9 spare, which at the moment was just good enough.
Still in the lead. One strike a piece and we're done.
Well, it makes it a 1-pin game now.
Spot over there.
Tackett
Hit it.
looked shaky in his singles match, and has been a bit of a voyage of discovery for him here in doubles.
Quick.
Probably the biggest ball coming up now. It's frame 9, and it's Don Barrett working on 2 strikes in a row, and he's looking for 30 pins here, possibly to tie this game up. Certainly won't be rushed, will he?
Quite right.
It's a very important ball.
You bowl when you're ready in this business. Worth the wait, was it? No. No, that 10 wouldn't go.
Crikey, and he threw a messenger at it as well. Dear oh dear, absolutely solid as a rock, wasn't it? Great looking pocket hit, hard and fast. Having said that, it looked a fraction light. Of course, that 6-pin's just stood in the gutter, and that got bashed, but the 10-pin stood solidly. So it can only be a spare.
Luck's out for Don Barrett. Well, there's nothing Europe can do. They can be locked out of this if the Americans strike out. But the way Tackett is bowling at the moment, you just don't know what's going to come next.
Well, the thing is, Tackett's... Oh, yeah, Tackett's the lead-off man. Of course he is, yeah.
Exactly.
It's so good to get that messenger, huh?
Yeah, he has to get a strike here. This is the 9th frame, the foundation frame. This really must be 10.
That's more like it. Back online. So with that ball, he's had 2 strikes, but sandwiched in that. A terrible shot, but that one probably good enough to give him the point here.
Well, when the world champion has to stand up and hit a strike, the world champion just does exactly that.
Well, it just means that Troup just has to strike to secure victory here.
One more.
Got to be a strike for the Europeans, and then hope for the best. But it's out of their hands now. Strikes relatively thin on the ground. Just the 4 through 9 frames. Not going to win too many Weber Cup points like that.
A strike for Dom here, and an 8 spare for the Americans will give us a tie.
Well, there's the strike. But a 9 spare will win the point for the Americans. And the way Kyle Troup has been bowling.
Is there a chance?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Is there a chance? I would have said the way Troup is bowling, there's not much of a chance. Would you bet against him? I wouldn't.
No, the way the two-handers playing.
Nine or more. And the point will put the Americans back in front. It was never in doubt. That'll do it. By 12 pins.
Huh? Yeah, but he ain't going to beat me in singles, so.
So the Americans back in front.
All right.
There were opportunities for both teams there.
Going for an interview?
Yeah.
But in the end, it was Kyle Troup who came up big when they needed it. 4-5. The Americans back in front. When we return, we will have the two left-handers going head-to-head, and it'll be Jesper Svensson going up against Kyle Troup. Last night it was 289-267 in favour of Larsen. Will Troup get his revenge?